On balance, I'm not so sure how good longer than you think has been for my mental health. Having this enormous task just hovering forever over my head is, I think, a little bit of a lifestyle distraction. Just lingering in the back of my mind, always feeling like this is something that I should be doing. And yet I persistently don't do it, probably partly because I want to. But it's a want that's always set against anything else similar to it, and because it does require my full attention, it doesn't play nice with the cycle of podcasts rolling through the rest of my days, in a way that many other activities do mesh with a little better. Let's see. What do we got in here? Speaking to Dromont at White Brim Front. Where are you at, Dromont? This feels a little loud, doesn't it? Maybe it's just my hardware turned up. Long Point, welcome. Be pleased to know the repairs to Stone Vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong that the Dravanians might batter themselves senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, though, that matters of masonry are not what brought you to White Brim. On the trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say, by the fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this ice heart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Mayhaps you would care to question one of their recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he's regained the full use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Yeah, unfortunately we do need to leave music off here because I'm not listening to those organs. Oh, that's Final Fantasy VI, right? Look at me, perking up already after my moment of melancholy reflection. Mistreated merchant, tell you what happened? Oh yes, of course, I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those lowly black hearts. I was traveling my usual route to White Brim Front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. Next thing I knew, I was underground and several heretics were rifling through my cargo, arms, armor, crystals. They were taking everything. 'Twas then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, though, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snow Cloak." I dare say that is where they were hauling my goods, but you're not catching me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived it all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Makes you remember that in the Song of Ice and Fire, there's a vignette. The vignette that from the plot that was totally cut from the show for some reason with Lady Stoneheart. About a dude who suffered a mace blow to the head in battle and survived, but had some truly horrific, permanent condition where there was swelling in his brain. I'm sure it was some genuine medical condition that blunt trauma to the head can cause. Then Martin went and researched for purposes of Grimdark, and it sure was effective. It stayed with me all this time. Surrender the crystals. Your end is come. What if I just obliterated you, though? My life belongs to the lady. The cold salves my pain. Man, I hope that this stuff is not immensely too loud. 1 second. Well, it looks like it's still set to where it used to be, so if it's immensely too loud now, then it always was. Seems like audio balance is a tricky thing for us to manage in this game. I'm not really sure why. I feel like with similar settings, we're getting not so similar results. Maybe it's just because the way that I deliver varies so much based on my mood. Yeah, draw your weapon, foul. Wait, I recognize you, adventurer. You come seeking heretics? Then we share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced across one of their raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy rays. Oh shit, well, this is somewhere we would really like to have music. God damn it. Well, savor the ambience. It's Sephiroth! This is a voiced cutscene, or did we just get one little... Oh shit, it was already on, actually. Okay, just the one, alright. Well, House de Rondeur night. We can turn on the music now. You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And whence did she disappear? Whither did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that escaped our notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. 'Twould be best were we to return to Whitebrim Front, lay our suspicions before Lord Dromont. Surprised that still no music. I'm not sure what that's about. I could just go in there, you know. That's, I'm really good at that. I really don't need to prepare. Like, even were I not wildly overleveled, I'd still be good to rope together a couple of friends and bash my head against her head. I know a thing or two about Sephiroths. They come apart easy enough under Buster's sword. Monsignor, why must you be up in the airy? Can you get into this one from the top like you can the observatory? You totally can. Well, we should come in from the top if we're sent here again, which I'm sure we will be. Trot, trot, trot. Good hose, Drummond. Long point, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in their report. The men you found out near Snowcloak were some of my finest. But they should be best. There's the horrible music. They should be bested so handily. I fear I've woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lady Orshfan of your discoveries. Lord Orshfan, who wished to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing heights of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice long. Is that how you see this going, drill boy? I got news for you about how long this is gonna last, cause, well, it's gonna at least be this patch, and maybe more than that. There's just so much to go, honestly. Are we in 2.3 or 2.4? You know what? Thinking about it that way, good way to underscore the madness. Let's just progress, enjoy ourselves, have ourselves a final little fantasy, you know. Something odd about the sort of parallax effect of the spires and the trees and the mountains that do a good job of looking big, but in fact are much too close for how big we'd like to think of them as being. Oh, Schwan. You'd think with how small these zones are, they could do a little bit more with Horizon skyboxes.
Your return is most timely.
Oh, yeah.
Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody.
That kind of shit do follow me around. Yeah, if only there were music playing right now.
And I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate.
I wonder if the place
So
that I live is
inhospitable
going
has
to be
Snowcloak
rendered
become
unlivable
that we have
because of
still to
climate
survey the area
change.
in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretic's hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order.
What I really want is just a
Putting such considerations
signifier.
aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Ice Heart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma.
Ooh, you respect and honor your enemy,
As much as
do
I would
you?
like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion.
You think they're going to be able to handle that? Because I don't think they're going to
Giving
be
the
able to
glowing
handle
reports the new
that.
commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action.
Yeah, I
Ice
wouldn't
Heart's
trust
true
anyone
identity yet
inside their
eludes us,
authority structure to
you
do
have provided us with a point
appropriate
from which to
anything.
begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche.
Yeah. Just keep it up with the aphorisms.
On the
or
matter
fun.
of the story
I
of
look
the
forward to
visions,
what's going to
I
happen
have already
to you.
made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
So does that mean that you could be supplying us with double the resources? Because I think that you should, buddy boy, while I'm out here cleaning up your messes. That's just my thinking on things. Alright, back to Revenant's Toll. Alright, guess we're done here for now. Snow Hell is back in the bag. Shall we get out of here? Ooh, it's Arnie. Do I have the energy to do his voice right now? It's late. Long Point, 'tis good to see you return to the toll. How fared you in the frozen wastes of Curtis? How's Fortom to send us a second shipment? I must send thanks to Rochefort for his continued generosity. Yet even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract ever greater numbers of those who do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alfino's new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. That was emotionally difficult for me. Brave new companions. Hey, music can come back though. Schlappborn has news on the progress of the inaugural ceremony. While you were away in Curtis, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed, although Tartaru does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why won't you head into the Rising Stones and see what your frantic receptionist could do with a hand? Oof, that does feel very loud indeed. I hope that it's just that my hardware volume is up, and not that we're going to get a document out that is wholly unlistenable. What am I doing? We know where the Rising Stones is. Anybody got anything new to say? You still talking about inexplicable twins? Not bad, are they? The twins. So who are these twins? Are they someone here? Lorianne. Congratulations are in order. I don't know if we've heard that one before or not. I suspect that this room's peoplery population, the talkers here, have not much changed. Tataru. Let's talk to our friends first. Papa Limo.
Well, I wish Ida were not so eager to look to the future when we have so many problems in the here and now.
Oh, yeah, we know that. Okay, so they have not changed their dialogue. These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? I'm sorely tempted to file the lot in my wastepaper basket. Ah, heroin, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits known to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. No, to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. They'll want to report directly back to Alphino if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder what the Scions... Oof, jeez, we are losing it. I wonder if the Scions ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Seems like the logic there is backwards in terms of, like, the verbal logic is backwards. Where are the recruits, though? Are they... Where are they? Are they out there? Oh, yeah, they're outside. Let us join them in the out of side. How long will I slide? Separate my side. I don't don't believe it's fair. Schlafbird. I'm sure that you're not the person that we're looking for, but there's an objective marker on you. Why is that, Schlafbird? Aha! Alian. Isidore has at last retired from an adventurous life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I'm excited to forge my own path forwards. From Isidore, I remember a deep blue uniform crafted specifically for Alphino's new trial organization. There are 80 of these people? Ah, yes, the uniform. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Yeah, well, it's probably not gonna last long.
Hello, lad, looking for me, was ya? I'd suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure as I'd hear it amongst all the muscle.
Don't remember who this guy was voice-wise. I'm pretty sure he was somebody, but I like him as a Guido.
Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing will cut off the blood to me head. And not to worry though, I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You do it your way. Little Alamigo could learn much from Revenant's toll, that this town could be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I thought the little Alamigans had a sense of what was going on. They never were not quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. I'm really hating this music, too. This is such a mixed bag. I mean, not saying it's bad, it just doesn't really fit standing around town chatting with people. And for me, Long Point Heroine, gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. Tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. Well, take some rags, my dear. 'Tis an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. Ergmus. This scarlet garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hardy defender of Limsa Laminsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm and thought this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Yeah, absolutely it is. Oh, now that's a striking shade of blue. But alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color. Do you harbor twin loyalties, my friend?
Leebird, Ilbird?
I don't believe we've met. I am Ilbird, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Good. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is essentially a band of strangers. It is true, I don't know if I've ever been... Well, I guess I have. As a kid, I was at a school with a uniform. Those who believe this company will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. Yeah, I can't say that these uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. You're weird. Yeah, I don't know if I felt much sense of community in being compelled to dress like my classmates at the Harker Academy. But I think maybe as an adult, I would see it as kind of funny. Like a hazing thing, almost. You could comment on it. Yeah, I think it might be a thing. Certainly wouldn't want to be something you took too seriously. Laurentius. Thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah, the life of an Assassin's Creed multiplayer character. Just trying to blend. Do the emotes. Ah, our new uniforms. I'm reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers. Oh, that was that guy. Laurentius is the dude who sold us out. Which, again, I'm more sympathetic, sort of. My man was not being compensated adequately for putting his life on the line. Please. But it does seem like the realm is not necessarily in a good way. I don't know. It's hard to know. Hard to know when, where are we looking now? There's somebody there, but where are they? Are they outside? Are they atop the walls again, just like Laurentius? There's somewhere we can reach without flying. That much is certain. But where are they? Where's this last person? I feel like our skybound, our heavensward vantage is perhaps not serving us well here. Oh, we did, everyone. That's why. Yeah, masterful. Masterful, masterful. Shall we? Oh shit! Is there gonna be a cutscene immediately? Because I want to turn the music back on. Menphilia, what have you got to say about all this? With the primal threat, yep, we've heard you say that before. Yes, Erwin. Ah, Tataru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. Some few entered the call to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We're not yet an army, but there is much a small core of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I had thought of a name for the company? It is my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Erwin. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Comrades,
Dead
your presence here this day
silence.
signifies the momentous choice
There
that
we
each of
go.
you has made.
You're all
With
my
your strength now pledged
dads.
to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea.
Each of you is an incorporated citizen.
From this moment forth, I declare you crystal braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed.
Maybe we should just go do
Come,
some regime change
take
in
your
the cities,
place
you
at the
know?
Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all!
We should just do a little vanguardism and cast down the entrenched power structures, huh? One of the Chapo folks was talking about the sort of theater of parliamentary democracy and how people regard it as an essential component of democracy, of rule by and for the people. That there should be essentially that without like a
Rousing
two-party
speech,
state,
Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur.
that there is no such thing as democracy and popular rule.
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were.
Which is absurd in imagining a communist state,
We
because
are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
the entire reason that we have political orientations is
The Scions
because of
stand ready.
conflicts of material interest between elites, between people who already own everything, and who only really consider one another human. We do not factor into their considerations at all. Popular legislation does not get passed. Legislation wealthy people want gets passed. This is a demonstrable fact. There are studies to this effect. So the idea that you would, say, have a communist United States that had anything resembling Republicans and Democrats, even just to have two camps, is very odd because it suggests class society, a society in which there are different classes of people who have differing material interests, where ideally, in a classless society, you would be able to correctly recognize that, in fact, everyone's material interests are aligned when no one is in chains. So yeah, I think that's a very interesting point, and one that could, I would gladly hear developed further. The multi-party state. You shouldn't need multiple parties if you're addressing everyone's needs. Only if you consider other people fit subjects for exploitation do you require that kind of ideological diversity. Well, do we cater more to the needs of the slave-holding Southerners, or to the Northern industrialists who process what the slave-holding Southerners have made? These categories could not exist under conditions of equality and liberation. Anyway, that little political economy digression aside, what's Minfilia got to say?
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions.
They'll be heroes.
Yes, I'm listening.
I'm sure every last one
Our
of them will
worst fears
cover
are
themselves in glory.
The entire Isle. Such power defies
It
comprehension.
went vavoom. Kaboosh.
Truly? Kryl is alive?
Kryl.
Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
Valiant.
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party.
They set off a
It
spirit
appears
bomb,
the
ma'am.
etheric disturbance which accompanied
boy.
the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of
probably
Ultima.
Pop a
Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well?
melatonin.
I wonder.
I mean, I think that people are
Have you
very
heard
able
aught from the
to,
Mother Crystal since the battle with the Gallians?
Have we? I don't know if we ever haven't. Apparently not.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelind's silence portends naught but ill, I fear.
Is that true? Just
Louis
because it's
Soir,
forged in crystal
I
doesn't
pray you
mean it's
yet
not a
watch over
chain.
us.
The cane. Minfilia. Show me Oh, hey. Oh, this is gonna be some more of Lady Iceheart's doings, isn't it? Enchant, you've been a very effective leader so far. Very good. See to it the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope this shipment is spared the fate of the last. What was the word that they used? A torn? That wasn't it. The name for a heraldic sigil that looked as if it had been beheaded uncleanly. Ripped? The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Look, it's Shitty City. We spent a lot of time in that city. Oh no. And now we deploy the music to dramatic effect. Probably appropriate here. Man, is this the music in all of this city? I don't remember. I hope not, but it would be in keeping with city music driving us fucking bonkers, wouldn't it? Hello. Ooh. Oh, that's a little bitty baby army. Royal Guard at the very least. Hey, Mr. Pope, you look fucked. Like, your vibes are bad. That's an Askian. That's two Askians. Why, Mr. Pope, what's the deal with these Askians? Just a nice little corridor. Please wander through our tunnel of blades. Hey, we completed ARR Part 5. Exiting. Oh, god damn it. I wanted to take a screenshot of that. And failed. I guess I can screen cap it in the video, can't I? Minfilia, you're gone! Come back, Minfilia. Minfilia, please. I'm nothing without you. Oh wait, she's not here because we're not in New Game Plus anymore. So this is a much later state of the game out here. Is anyone here? I suppose we shouldn't talk to them. It'd all be spoilers, potentially. Where is everyone? Hello? Hello? Well, I think that would be a perfectly respectable place to call it quits, but I did want to do a full hour here. Alas, it is just late enough that that is all we can get in. The 7th Astral Era is meant to be a time of peace, and yet Eorzea remains rife with turmoil. From rampaging primals to unruly refugees, myriad are the problems demanding urgent answers. In response, Alphino forms the Crystal Braves, an ambitious company that will serve the realm as a whole, rather than any one nation. Who's this ding dong? He's handsome. Is that... Oh, is that, I think that might be Mr. Isildur himself. Wow. Ishengard? Why can't I remember what it's called? My mind is just full of holes these days. Ishgard, right? Yeah. And then Dravanya is the nation and Ishgard is the city? Is that right? I'm gonna check. No. Ishgard is the city-state, and Dravanya is the neighboring land of dragons. So it's like Dravanya is kind of the realm, but Ishgard is really only owns itself. Under Pope power, doesn't seem all that, it's a little odd though to see the Catholics be insular, because normally you would expect the Catholics to be out there murdering people and converting them by the sword. Shoutouts to Catholics. So hey, Violet just posted something. Oh, you know what? A few things came up. I lost a little bit of time, and then I had to hop on a VPN for a late night work thing, so we got booted. And that's probably as good a time as any to draw this episode to a close. When next we meet, who knows? Maybe we'll power all the way through Chapter 6. We don't have a history of doing that, but anything is possible, right? Let's keep our chins up. See you soon.